Good morning, everyone. This is Tony, Tainted Lord A7, and I'm here with a collection update. Have some pretty cool CDs that I bought. Most of them are used, and there's one new CD that I'm pretty sure everybody knows about and everybody's been talking about. But overall, I have a nice little haul that I just want to show off. So yeah, the first one is pretty much the album that everybody's been talking about, and that's the new Judas Priest album, Invincible Shield. And this album definitely lives up to the hype as being one of the greatest albums Judas Priest has ever done. Just like everybody has said, this is a really, really amazing album. Um, Judas Priest has been pretty much consistent in releasing really good albums, and this album is no exception. Um, yeah, lately it's been bangers after bangers, and this album's just another amazing album in the discography. Just a really solid heavy metal album through and through. You know, no complaints. And I'm pretty sure everybody has already talked about how good this album is, so I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, really amazing album. Invincible Shield by Judas Priest is definitely one of the best albums of 2024. Definitely, definitely an album that everybody needs in their collection if you're into Judas Priest. So, yep, Judas Priest, Invincible Shield. Amazing album. Next up is a band that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and that's One Man Army and the Undead Quartet in the album 21st Century Killing Machine. Yeah, this album and this band doesn't get talked about too much. I I I think I might be the only one who showed this album off because if you're into like death thrash metal, this band should be in everybody's radar. Even though this album is a reissue that came out back in 2016 and was originally released back during the mid 2000s, I really feel that if you're into like death thrash metal or other extreme music, One Man Army and the Undead Quartet is a band that everyone should check out. And should check out the album 21st Century Killing Machine. Just a really angry, aggressive album, both vocally, musically, and and yeah, just an album that everybody should check out if you're into death thrash, metal, aggressive music, or just some heavy, abrasive music, I guess. But yeah, I'm just really glad to pick this album up. One Man Army and the Undead Quartet, 21st Century Killing Machine. Next up is from a new metal band that's been they started out as a new metal band, but slowly transitioned to more like a melodic hard rock borderline metal band, and that's Seven Dust Home. Now, the this album is in their like early discography when they sounded more like new metal, and Seven Dust Home is definitely some new metal with some really good clean male vocals on it. And yeah, the blend of new metal on this album really does appeal to me. You know, it doesn't sound like really trendy or cringy. It just sounds really good, and Seven Dust is definitely a band that just keeps getting better and better with each album. And Seven Dust Home is just another really good album in the discography. So, like, if you're into new metal with some beautiful, gorgeous, clean male vocals and some gnarly riffs here and there, I definitely recommend check out Seven Dust Home. And really glad to pick this album up. So yeah, Seven Dust Home. Really good album from Seven Dust. Hopefully, my description of Seven Dust Home is not too convoluted, but moving on. Next up is a band that I know nobody has ever heard of, and that's Reckon with One in Human Need. Yeah, In Human Need by Reckon with One. So they're like a really underrated Canadian heavy metal, progressive metal band that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. But if you're into some really good riffs, some solid songs, some solid song structures, and just some bunch of banging songs, I really feel that Working with One is a band that everyone should check out if you're into like heavy metal, progressive metal, just a really solid band. And In Human Need is a very solid album. Now it can be really heavy and a bit technical, but overall just a really great album. Yeah, so yeah, Working One in Human Need is just a really solid metal album and definitely a band that I think more people should check out. It's a good album, so really glad to pick up Working with One in Human Need. Just a really good album. Next up is next up is from a pop artist that needs no introduction, and that's Michael Jackson's Number Ones. Come on, everybody knows who Michael Jackson is. He's like the king of pop. But when it comes to Michael Jackson, I just like his singles and not enough to make me want to buy like a full length album. But to me, this compilation, Number Ones, is all I need from Michael Jackson. Because, like I said, I only like his hit singles, and this album has all the hit singles that I really need from Michael Jackson. And it's just a really cool best of album, compilation, whatever, that I really need from Michael Jackson. So, yeah, this is really nice to have. So, yeah, Michael Jackson's Number Ones. Next up is a punk rock band that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and the band's called the Black Halos, and the album The Violet Yields. Yeah, this is just some straight to the point, no bullshit punk rock. You know, very energetic, lively, full of headbanging, fast, short riffs, and just a really good time. You know, like I said, it's just punk rock through and through, nothing more, nothing less. But definitely a band that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and yeah, the Black Halos are just a really good punk rock band, and the Violent Eels is a good punk rock album. Really glad to have this one. And the last CD that I'm going to show in this collection update is The Tea Party with the album Splendor Solis. Yeah, Splendor Solis by The Tea Party. Just a really good alternative rock album from the 90s that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. Like the Tea Party, I don't think it all that famous outside of Canada. But if you've been living in Canada for the past 2 or 3 decades, the Tea Party should be a familiar name. But like I said, outside of Canada, I don't think that many people ever heard of them. But the Tea Party are a good alternative rock band. But this one has a lot of Mediterranean influences in some of these songs that makes it really interesting. And yeah, just an overall good alternative rock album from the 90s. And yeah, I'm really glad to pick this album up. So yeah, The Tea Party, Splendor Solace. Just a really good album overall. And that's everyone. That's my collection update. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, talk to everyone in the comment section down below. Um later, I guess. Have a good day and take care.